Now I request Mr. Shamsulullah for a very short recitation speech. Mr. Shamsulullah, please.
Honorary President Mr. Varghese, Honorary General Secretary Mr. Ashraf, Professor Oommen Varghese, dear friends, ladies, gentlemen, and dear children, very good evening to you. I am very happy to be in front of you on the auspicious occasion of the closing ceremony or the graduation ceremony of the Anvil 2000 being organized by Professor Oommen Varghese. Professor Oommen Varghese is a popular man among the Indian expatriate community in Ireland. Wherever there is an Indian program, he is always there to support the Indian community. I am usually a felicitator on this ISC stage. So this time I want to be a facilitator to give chance to other students who have participated in this Anvil 2000 program to speak of. I congratulate all the students who have successfully completed the course, and I also congratulate Professor Oommen Varghese for successfully completing his course, which has been started on 1st of July and coming to close today. Thank you very much.
I request Mr. Kutaban, the ex-managing committee member and one of the key supporters of this Anvil 2000 education program, for doing a very small presentation speech. Mr. Kutaban.
Honorable President Mr. Varghese, Mr. Hoda, Vice President, Professor Oommen Varghese, and Mr. Ashraf, Honorable General Secretary of ISC, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear children, a very good evening to all of you. In fact, for the last two programs, I was not a facilitator, I was something like a coordinator. I've been well impressed with the courses conducted in the past, where I was always available throughout the course. Now, of course, due to some or other way, I was not a participant during this program, and I apologize to Mr. Oommen Varghese, though he was insisting me to attend every day. I'm sorry about it. It was my due to my free engagements. Mr. Oommen Varghese, I should say, is a doctor in English. He is armed with a very good qualifications, and I'm sure what you got from him is really worth in your life, whether in the basic English or the way how you should present to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, and my children, indeed, it's my proud pleasure to congratulate Mr. Oommen Varghese and all the participants, above all those parents who has encouraged the children to take part in this course. I wish him all success, and I wish that he will continue such courses during vacations. Thank you, Mr. Oommen Varghese. Thank you once more.
Now, before starting the real exams of our students and their welfare, at the end of this formal meeting, I request Mr. Anvil to propose the vote of thanks, please.
Honorable President Varghese, the General Secretary Mr. Ashraf,
So I am summoned up to do it earlier so that the children have enough time to do their experiments. My word of thanks should go to one and only person for this Anvil 2000, that is Oommen Varghese. Our children were fortunate to have the pedagogic skills of Mr. Oommen Varghese to be used for their improvement in their personality. Learning the language is something which is very essential to present oneself as a commodity, as I have told in the beginning of this course. People have become commodities. They have to present themselves. They have to introduce themselves. If they don't know how to introduce themselves, they will be failing in achieving their goals. And learning the syntax and grammar and accent of English is not the only aim of this course. The course is aiming at molding worthy individuals for the society. Oratory skill is not the only important factor of this course. I have mentioned this earlier also in one of the courses. There are very good orators in our country selling things on the street vendors. They are the best orators in the world, but they are not in citizens of the society because most of them are selling fraudulent things. So it's not the oratory skill, but worthy individuals who are the strong fire, the strong warps and wets of the society. We mold our children to be worthy, and worthy children make worthy society, which make worthy country and a worthy world. So, from the core of my heart, I thank Oommen Varghese who have helped us in molding the children. Secondly, being a managing committee member, I should thank the Indian Social Center, which has given the chance and anchored this program in this center. Now, the parents who have found time to send their children and avail this facility, my word of thanks go to them as well. And finally, the persons who have helped Mr. Oommen Varghese, like the videographers, people who have helped him in conducting this course, there were a handful of people who were helping him, and the managing committee members, and each one of you who have spared your time to spend the evening with us. I say a word of thanks to one and all. Thank you very much.
I request and cordially invite Prof. Oommen Varghese to take over the stage at mic and to coordinate the rest of this program. Mr. Oommen Varghese, please.
President Mr. Varghese, Honorable Secretary Church of Holy Kingdom, Vice President Mr. Shamsul Huda, Joint Secretary Mr. Mohan Chandran, parents, participants, invited guests, and my dear friends. The last 15 days has been a really wonderful one for me, as it has been for the students who attended the program Anvil 2002. This program is in the third year in succession. And I should say that the parents were the backbone behind this success. Those who trusted me, those who believed me, they sent their kids, and they have been with me for the last 15 days. Today is the culmination of what we have been seeing over the past couple of weeks. I would like to say a word of appreciation when I close my speech towards the end of this program. But I don't want to while away my time The most important aspect of this program is to present your own kids in front of you and to see if they have gained anything from me and the experience I have gathered over the past couple of decades or so. I promised you a lot, and I don't know if the kids have gained a lot from me, but I'm quite sure they will continue to develop. At least I have the satisfaction that I have put them on certain track. And I incidentally recall the famous English proverb that we can take a horse to sea, but we cannot make it drink. I can show them the path that is for them to choose which one they would like to take. But I'm quite sure I have done my best to the best of my ability, and I sincerely hope that it will bear fruits in the years to come. There are students who are coming here on stage for the first time. There are students who have been with me for the last 3-4 years. There are students who have attended this program for the third time, second time in succession. And I'm sure they all benefited and they will continue to benefit. Well, in all Shakespearean dramas, there's a comic relief that is a sort of music, a sort of relaxed atmosphere. That is the reason why I have provided you with a little bit of music and being assisted in music art. Two of the participants of Anvil 2002 program, Mithun Abraham and Benji Abraham. They are students of our English High School. In addition to that, they are music students of Royal College of Music, London. And I wish them well. They have been with me for the last 2 to 3 years. And you will see some more of their music, and I hope that you will enjoy. So my request to the participant is that, especially the students who attend the course, never get tensed up. Feel free, feel relaxed. And if the topic I have given to them is English, a symbol of British supremacy, or a gateway to knowledge, they'll be fighting it out here on the stage. They have written it themselves. I didn't do much job, much help. I mean, except that I have corrected some glaring mistakes. Otherwise, I haven't helped them. It's their own mind and its own product. So please appreciate them. They'll be before you within a few minutes from now. As we prepare for the main program, I would like to call upon Mithun and Benji to entertain us with one more music. speech. There are two skits the students themselves have prepared, and this time they are going to present a mock interview, a skit by Manoj Thomas and Varghese. Just watch them, enjoy how they have cooked up the mock interview.
I, Varghese, will be playing the role of the interviewer.
And I, Master Manoj Thomas, will be playing the role of Mr. Taylor.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, let's go ahead with our interview. First of all, tell me about your last job.
Well, as stated in my resume, I worked for 5 years as pickaxe engineer in the Gulf.
Big axe engineer in Gulf. Okay. What do you know about computer network and operating systems?
Well, I know about a few networks such as AsiaNet. I used to carry computers for big companies when I worked in the Gulf. Now, nobody gives me. People don't trust me anymore.
How about website offering skill? We are looking for someone to manage and create our company's website, which would include develop configuration and CPI script.
Web page. I don't think I've read that book, and I'm afraid I've never used those CGI things. And I know one web, which is called web, and that is really nasty, sir.
Ha! Tell me something about your experience with Java or JavaScript.
Oh, well, I think I had a Java when I was doing my degree. I used to go to coffee shop on it. I saw it off when I left for Gulf.
Ha! Okay, Mr. Taylor. I think so. I had all the information I need.
Oh, thank you, sir. And I really enjoyed talking to you, especially Java, code webs, networking. And, by the way, I love playing computer games. I play them every day.
Okay, Mr. Taylor. By the way, Mr. Taylor, I'm surprised to know that your brain contains such a vast amount of knowledge.
Thank you, sir. I love you.
You should go for higher studies. There are 2 such institutions in India well known for such students. They are Agra and Ulumpara. IIMR institutes.
Sir, excuse me. What does IIMR stand for?
IIMR.
Yep.
IIMR stands for Indian Institute for the Mentally Retarded People.
Thank you, sir. You're generous indeed. I can never forget you. I love you so much.
Well, I enjoy talking with you, Mr. Taylor. I will be in touch with you when we need your service, okay?
Sir, I can never forget you.
I hope all of you must have enjoyed our interview, but I warn you not to follow him. You may get lost. Now you may get lost.
Sir, I didn't tell you.
Get lost.
Oh, sorry.
Something to, in fact, I use the term cook up something for the final day. They did it themselves. So they're just like very precious jewels. They need a little bit of polishing and support. That's what I want you to do for them. By being here, you are supporting them, you are encouraging them, and I'm sure that they will continue to prosper and grow as they grow themselves. Now the next, as we go on with the public speaking, remember this time I have introduced a new system. I have 4 honorable judges this time. I have Mrs. Sushila Balsundar, and Mr. Ashraf Palikandar, and Mr. Shamsul Huda, Mr. Mohan Chandran. 4 of them will be evaluating your performance on 8 points. On 8 points. Remember, none of them will be evaluating you as a whole, means as a person, or in the total output of your speech. They will be evaluating you on different lines, and they're putting their heads together at the end of the exercise. These are some of the aspects we look for in you. First of all, salutation, introduction, body language, composure, content, presentation, language, conclusion. I've taught them 10 different tips, but we'll be evaluating their performance on just 8 only for the time. I have given them 2 minutes. They might take maybe a few seconds more. Please don't penalize them. I hope that there are some neutral prizes, first, second, and third. In addition to that, there are some honorable parents who came forward to donate some of the prizes, and those parents requested me not to reveal their name, and I wish them everything on behalf of the and I'm sure your gesture will go a long way, and it will continue to bear fruits in the years to come. Anyway, I'll sum up when the turn comes to be towards the end of this exercise. So I would like to call upon, the listing of the names is random. The way they came and registered, I just picked up the names the way it's written. I didn't mix it up. I'm going to call upon the first is a girl. She's Nilima Sasindharan. And I hope you are aware of the topic, English, a symbol of British supremacy, or a gateway to knowledge. That's right, Nilima.
Respected judges, fellow participants, parents, and my dear friends, good evening. Today, I would like to express my opinions on the topic English, a symbol of British supremacy, or a gateway to knowledge. As a student, I strongly believe that English is not a symbol of British supremacy in today's world of knowledge. English is predominantly used language. Many countries accept English as the national language or as second language. To earn knowledge, we have to learn books. The books give information from the branches such as science, geography, humanities, etc. IT journals are mainly written in English. Internet websites are a cheap source of today's knowledge, which is mainly published in English. To be in touch with new developments, we have to rely on English. Most of the world's classics have been translated to English so that we can enjoy these books and can get the information about the lifestyles and customs of other countries. It is true that once a major part of the world was under the British rule. But in a way, English education helped our leaders to think about their freedom because they got information about other countries. Every nation has to adopt any of the language which is used by a common man. One common language links the whole world together. If we know English, we can easily understand the ideas of the people wherever we go, as English is the international language. Today, we cannot consider English as the symbol of British supremacy. I hope you all agree with me when I say English is the gateway to the never-ending world of knowledge. Let me conclude my speech. Thank you.
Next candidate is Sriram. I don't know if he's okay today because he has been down with the high temperature. It's not participating. He has been quite active, but unfortunately today he's not interested to participate because of his ill health. He's in this post. So I would like to go on with the next candidate, Shilpa Dinesh.
Honorable judges, distinguished guests, friends, and my dear fellow participants, good evening. As I stand before you, I speak in a certain lingua franca that each and every one present here today can understand. A language that serves as a medium for communication between people of varying cultures and languages. A language that binds us all together into one. A language called English. Before I go on, I'd like to pose a question. Has that little rebel in you ever stopped to wonder, why is it that English is being used for communication? Why not French, or German, or even Spanish for that matter? English certainly isn't the easiest language to learn, if you ask me. It's just another different language with its own script, own grammar, pronunciation. Well, I believe that it is indeed an emblem of the British dominance, a scar that has been left behind by the powerful British Empire since its days of glory, a scar that has proven to be useful beyond imagination. I'm quite sure there are a number of people out here who might disagree with me. Undoubtedly, the English language has and still does serve as a gateway to knowledge. How, you ask? A small example. Scientists and the like all over the world join together, exchange ideas, communicate, invent, and discover things that lead to our benefit. Don't you think English serves its purpose here as a universal language? I certainly do. But the same question keeps arising in my mind over and over again. It keeps ringing in my ears. Why English? Why English alone from an endless variety of languages? Am I wrong? I ask you all, am I not justified in feeling that the British have strongly influenced us? You're still not convinced, are you? I've got something more. During the 19th and 20th centuries, the British Empire reached the height of its power, ruling over many parts of Africa, Asia, and North America. And believe me, this is no small extent. I'd like to ask you another question. Pause and think. Does today's topic seem to be such a big mystery now that you face the facts? However, I strongly feel that this certainly is something we ought to thank the British for. It has united us, not only Indians, but people from all around the globe. Peoples from different countries all over the world, making it a much smaller place to live in. A contribution really great to mankind. Thank you.
What started as a small gathering in the year 2000 has come of age, until 2002. And I know it wouldn't have been possible without the all-hearted support of the Indian Social Central Line and that of the parents. Initially, the first time when I conducted, I had only 8 students. And it was held in one of the cottages in Alain Hospital. Today, the number has swelled up to 34. And that shows that the message is, as in the words of Clinton, loud and clear. What we need, a new generation that can face the modern world. What is wrong with our students? Nothing. What they need is encouragement. There was a time that I wanted to stand before public. There was a time that I wanted to utter a couple of words, but I couldn't. It is possible because of the support of the people with whom I have been associated with over the past couple of decades. So this is what exactly I'm doing to the children now. So I'm quite sure those who are able to stand here in front of their parents and their colleagues, they will do it in the years to come. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next participant is Suvi Munikrishnan.
The sun never set for Britain
or the Arabic marhaba. English has become such a widely used language all over the world, which is considered necessary to live in a civilized society and engage intimately. Why? Why is this so? Does it not stand for the British supremacy that existed many years ago in quite another form? Does it not show that English has a say in our everyday life? Isn't it a silent form of colonialism? This has got to change. Why English? Why not French? Why not Arabic? Why not Hindi or Chinese? Here, my friends, your puppets in the hands of English. Everyone knows there is no language sweeter than the mother tongue. The first magical word, mother, is uttered in our mother tongue. I'm not totally against English language. I agree. In today's world, almost all books of knowledge are written in English language. But we must think once, what led to this British supremacy? Great works of art? Do they not exist in our language? If it had not been our imprint to aid the West, the takeover wouldn't have been there. English still lingers as a symbol of British supremacy. And why should you go for a second mother when you have your own to look after you? I conclude my speech by saying that respect your mother tongue first, and then this uninvited guest who sure is your second mother. Thank you.
In this small gathering, there are a couple of students who attended my first course. First is Manoj Thomas, second is Varghese. Both are here today, and we shall be listening to Manoj Thomas first now. This is turn now.
English language is the blood of the soul, in which thoughts run and out of which they grew. Honorable judges, distinguished guests, parents, fellow participants, and dear friends. May I have the privilege of addressing you with few of my thoughts on the topic, English, a symbol of British supremacy, or a gateway to knowledge. But before I talk on that, I wonder if you could lend me your ears. Tamasoma Diodan Kamaya, Mrityurma Amradam Kamaya. It's a Sanskrit verse which means lead us from darkness and from death to deathlessness. And I believe that is what English language exactly does. English can deliver us from ignorance to light. It was British imperialism that brought the English language to the Indian subcontinent. However, the ideas of democracy, nationalism, and socialism were thrown open to all after the introduction of English. In fact, these very ideas fed the fires of the nationalist movement that soon took roots in India and other parts of the world. In the age of internet, space technology, nuclear research, and globalization, knowledge of English language has become imperative to reap fully the benefits of information technology and scientific advancement. In fact, India's big cities are now home to a new net-surfing, MTV watching generation that thinks and dreams in English and English alone. Looking back, it would be fair to conclude that though the introduction of English language explicitly bore the stamp of British supremacy, it has proved to be a blessing in disguise. After all, it has thrown open to us the floodgates of modern ideas and communication. In fact, many would think twice before calling it a foreign language at all. The frontiers of development that we have reached today would have been quite inconceivable without the aid of English language. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope none of you will have any difference of opinion when I say that English was once upon a time a symbol of British supremacy, though it no longer is. Today, English is rather an entrance to knowledge and not a symbol of British supremacy, but a sure ticket to success. Therefore, English is a lamp unto our feet, a light unto our path. Who says that English belongs to the British? Today, English is an interplanetary language, which is no longer the property of an island or a small nation. No, there are many Englishes, like the African English or the Caribbean English. Well, I know there are people who object to English language. To them, I have one message. To the detractors of English, If you cannot defeat the lovers of English, then follow the lovers of English. If you cannot follow the lovers of English, then join the lovers of English. Thank you.
Well, these students are from different schools. Indian school, our English high school, English.
Good evening, parents, respected members of jury, and my dear friends. It's a pleasure to be given a chance to speak in front of all of you. We high stew. Did you understand a word of what I just said? No. That is exactly my point. English is a key link between all of us. Without it, we are handicapped. Now, my topic for today, as everyone knows, English, a sign of British supremacy or gateway to knowledge. I consider that English was once a British supremacy that became a boon for the whole world. Now, when we think of knowledge, we think of books. A book is known to be a priceless wealth of knowledge. All great works have been translated into English. A person who can't read English is like a composer who can't read the musical notes. Books are the treasure troves of civilization. Without books, history is silent, literature dumb, science stagnant, thoughts and actions paralyzed. In addition, English is also crucial in the world of business. It's language that two businessmen are likely to use to communicate. English is also the official language of many international organizations, including the United Nations. Throughout the world, many official documents are printed in English. Furthermore, it's commonly used as a language for the communication of news. The media nowadays, as everyone knows, provides a lot of food for thought and knowledge. Without media, a person is in a world full of strangers. Also, 80% computer data is stored in English. 5,000 newspapers in the world and 3,000 magazines in India alone are published in English. In many countries, television news is broadcast in English. To conclude my speech, English was a sign of British supremacy until a few decades ago. The French and Germans had conquered many countries, but it's the English language that has retained its position. As once was said, the greatest of ideas are rendered useless without a language to express them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is English. Thanks for bearing with me.
I think we have 25 more speeches to go. We don't have a small break. Let's have a bit of music once again now. The Midland and Betty.
Varghese, co-participants, parents and my dear friends. The topic today is whether English is a symbol of this supremacy or a gateway to knowledge. English, like any other languages, is an effective language for communication. It is a means for communication between different countries of the world. Today, English is spreading across the globe while other languages are not. English is a world language. English is like a treasure house we step into. All nations have to adopt one common language that any common man speaks. Even for getting a small job, English will be accurate. Almost all the internet sites are in English. In India, even though Hindi is our mother tongue, but still there topic is English, a symbol of British supremacy or a gateway to knowledge. That's what I will examine before you today. English started off as a symbol of British supremacy